Hey coin collectors, in this episode I'm going to show you highly demanded US coins you should know about.
Moving on with this 1963 diamond MS67 Plus condition with full bands, lightly toned and impeccably preserved specimen. The mintage of the 1963 Roosevelt diamond was an enormous 123 million plus pieces, but most certified examples are no better than gem condition, due to small surface marks as a rule. This coin is showing impeccable preservation on surfaces that show lovely pale blue and lilac patina on each side.
This is 2008 Sacagawea dollar in MS68 condition, highly elusive superb gem with immaculate surfaces and vibrant manganese luster. According to PCGS, the 2008 these Sacagawea dollars have one of the lowest mintages, if not the lowest, in entire series. They are common in grades up to MS66. In MS67, some sorting is required, but not difficult to find with proper searching. However, in MS68, they are very difficult to find, and probably no more than 100 examples exist in this condition or higher. This superb gem ended up selling for $2,430.
10. 1955 double diverse cent, graded in mint state 63 brown by PCGS. Glimpses of original copper red and orange color appear in most protected areas of the fields, while the majority of each side display chestnut brown toning with steel blue and lavender hues. The coin is well struck and show minimal abrasions. Sold on August 14, 2023 for $4,200.
1911 S. Lincoln Cent in MS66 red condition, satiny pale mint orange surfaces display boldly struck motifs and lively luster. According to NGC, the low mintage of cents at San Francisco in 1911 attracted no attention at the time, but the collecting of current coins grew in popularity during 1930s and revealed just how few pieces could still be found in circulation. Mint state coins were always quite scarce, with fully red gems being exceedingly so. This specimen was sold for $5,750.
Here is attractively toned 1948 silver Washington quarter, graded in mint state 67 plus by PCGS. The aforementioned service certified overall 35 quarters in this grade, with only 3 finer. It was sold for $1,920 on August 14, 2023.
This is 1941 Lincoln Cent with double diverse, graded in mint state 66 red by PCGS. Intensely lustrous rich mint orange with superb overall eye appeal, doubling boldest at liberty, of lesser sharpness at In God We Trust. One of only handful examples currently known, and no doubt among the finest specimens extant. It was sold for $5,750.
1951 Roosevelt diamond MS68 full bands. In MS68 condition with full bands, from a mintage of more than 56 million pieces, the 1951 Roosevelt diamond is a plentiful issue in most grades, but fewer survivors can match the quality and eye appeal of the present coin. The design elements are sharply detailed with full bands definitions. The impeccably preserved lustrous surfaces show vivid hue of emerald green, cerulean blue, and lavender toning on obverse, while the reverse remains essentially brilliant. It was sold for $3,240. This is 1909 VDB cent in MS65 red and brown condition. According to Heritage, this gem uncirculated example of famous 1909 VDB cent is about 85% red. Clean surfaces glisten with radiant luster, and strike detail is sharp throughout, including the designer's initials at the lower reverse. A splendid representative of the first year key to the series. Sold on August 14, 2023 for $6,900. 6. This is 1939 Jefferson nickel and PR-68 condition, reverse of 1938 variety. This is a typically encountered hub variety of the proof 1939 nickel, identifiable by wavy, ill-defined steps on Monticello. Indeed, this issue is plentiful in absolute sense thanks to a respectable mintage of 12,535 pieces and good rate of survival. Precious few examples are as expertly preserved and attractive as this superb gem. It was sold for $13,800. 1953 D. Roosevelt diamond MS68 condition with full bands. The attractive pastel toning deepens at the rims and carries over to the reverse border. Nearly flawless surfaces host a sharp full band strike and a repunched mint mark, the repunched D over tilted D. It was sold for $4,800. 1947 Washington quarter in MS67 plus condition. According to NGC, with the end of massive wartime contracts, economic activity declined throughout the nation during 1946 and 1949, and this trend is evident from following mintage figures. Fewer than half the number of quarters were coined at the Philadelphia Mint this year as opposed to 1946. The 1947 P is certainly no rarity, and a large number of gems have been certified through MS67. However, anything with a grade higher is considered scarce even with plus designation. This quarter was sold for $1,740 on August 14, 2023. This is 1921 peace dollar with obverse lamination. This error coin was graded in mint state 65 by NGC. This high relief peace dollar features a small vertical lamination at the back of Liberty's jawline. The rest of the coin is fully brilliant and frosty with minimal ticks or marks. Strike definition is strong for the issue with only minor softness over the Liberty's ear as always. The 1921 becomes conditionally scarce above the gem grade level, and this specimen was sold for $2,280.
Here is 1914 Deal England Cent in MS64 plus red condition. According to NGC, though not the lowest mintage issue in the Lincoln Cent series, the 1,193,000 cents coined at Denver in 1914 have the smallest surviving population. The other two dates were targeted by speculators and thus survive in disproportionately high numbers, while 1914 D cents flew under the radar until the opportunity to save them was all but lost. Most surviving mint state examples of this date are probably from a hoard of 70 pieces mentioned by Walter Breen and still in existence through the early 1950s. It was sold for $8,749.12 with buyer's fee.
1965 Kennedy half dollar in MS67 condition. Metal composition is 80% silver, 20% copper. According to NGC, the application of mint marks was suspended for the coins dated 1965-1967 in an effort to discourage speculators who were wrongly blamed for a nationwide coin shortage at about that same time. While most denominations were coined at several mints during those years, the circulating half dollars dated 1965, 1966, and 1967 were produced exclusively at the Denver Mint. Nearly all of the 1965 dated halves were struck during the first 7 months of 1966, and they did not debut in circulation until March of that year. It was fate of most Kennedy half dollars dated before 1971 to be hoarded, though the silver-clad issues of 1965-1969 did see enough circulation that they are readily available in lightly worn condition. The 1965 halves, while quite common unworn, are rarely found in the higher grades.
Number 11. This is 1956 Jefferson nickel in PR-68 Deep Cameo condition. Bright nickel gray with frosty devices and dusting of light yellow-gold toning on both sides. This elusive specimen fetched a sum of $7,762.50.
This 1981 S. Lincoln Cent proof specimen, graded as PR-70 Deep Cameo by PCGS. PR-70 is the highest grade a proof coin can receive, indicating that the coin is in perfect condition with no visible flaws, and Deep Cameo refers to the strong contrast between the frosted design elements and mirrored background of the coin. A proof cent in this grade and designation is considered a rare and valuable coin. However, the value of the coin can depend on several factors, including the specific market condition at the time of sale, the demand from collectors and investors, and the overall rarity of the coin. This one was sold for $12,150 with buyer's fee.
10. This is 1938 The Walking Liberty half dollar in MS67 condition. A simply breathtaking superb gems, right obverse peripheries layered in vivid crimson red, orange gold, and bright blue iridescence that yields to virtual brilliance elsewhere on that side of a coin. Similar colors are also evident on the reverse, but the more vivid ones are more tightly confined to the right border. Bountiful mint luster and uncommonly smooth sheen round out an impressive list of attributes. It was sold for $10,925. Here is 1952 S. Washington quarter in MS68 condition. Rich olive russet, sandy gold, orange copper, and silver gray colors compete for dominance on both sides of this undeniable original superb gem. Virtually perfect with full mint frost and nary a distracting blemish in evidence. It was sold for $10,925. This is 2005 Sacagawea dollar with satin finish, a collectible coin in MS-70 condition, the highest grade available in Sheldon coin grading scale. Coin is virtually free from distractions or contact marks. This outstanding gem was sold for $7,593.75 with buyer's fee.
This is 1949 D over S repunched mint mark variety of Jefferson nickel, graded in mint state 67 FS by PCGS. FS stands for full steps. A beautiful superb gem, iridescent champagne apricot toning blends with billowy mint luster. Impressively full in striking detail, both sides are also expertly preserved and expectably smooth for the assigned grade. It was sold for $18,000.
This is 1919 Lincoln Cent in MS-65 red condition, an impressive condition rarity from the early portion of ever-popular Lincoln Cent series. This important gem is far finer than the typically offered mint state survivor. We see none of bothersome striking incompleteness and muting to the surfaces often associated with this issue. Instead, both sides retain full mint bloom in warm medium orange hue, tinge of pale rose color, and also intermingled over the surfaces. The strike is sharp throughout and nearly complete, and we see nary distracting abrasion or other blemish to limit either the grade or eye appeal. It was sold for $14,950.
1911 Lincoln Cent in MS-66 red condition, CAC proven superb gem with lustrous copper red surfaces and minimal contact. This is a very common coin in circulated grades, and mint state pieces certified as brown or red brown are plentiful. Fully red gems are available, but they bring strong prices from registry set buyers in higher MS grades. This MS-67 red penny was sold for $1,920.
This is 1932 D Washington quarter in MS-65 condition. As one of the lowest mintage issues in the entire Washington quarter series of 1932 date, the 1932 D is a key date issue in all grades. It is also a leading condition rarity for the type, with gems more elusive than those of even the lower mintage 1932S. The strike of this coin is expectably sharp for the issue, but the surfaces are far more smoother than typically seen, with none but a few inconsequential ticks scattered about. It ended up selling for $14,375. Number 6, 1971 Lincoln Cent was double diverse, graded in mint state 66 red by PCGS. This is an easy double diverse to spot, although perhaps not for the obvious reasons. Doubling is certainly readily evident on the word liberty and the motto in God we trust, and to a lesser extent the date. More prominent, however, is the fact that the obverse is struck from a slightly misaligned die, with the result that it appeared to be somewhat off-center. It was sold for $14,950.
Is 1964 Kennedy half dollar, a proof deep cameo gem in PR-69 condition from highly elusive accented hair variety. The Cherpica's reference states the accented hair variety is identifiable by enhanced hairlines in the central area of the hair, just below the part. However, the easiest way to identify the variety is a weak or broken lower left serif of the eye in Liberty. This variety comprises a minority of the proof 1964 Kennedy half dollar population, although it's not universally scarce, as many examples are certified. The rarest examples are those in the deep cameo category, and these coins are conditionally rare in high grade. This true rarity ended up selling for $30,001.20.
This is 1944 S Washington quarter in MS-68 condition. According to Stack's Powers, a wash in blended reddish gold, blue-gray, and pale pink iridescence, this beautiful superb gem retains full vibrancy to a frosty mint luster. There is not so much a single distracting abrasion or other blemish to limit either the technical quality or eye appeal. It was sold for $16,100. Here is 1912 Barber half dollar in PR-67 condition, deep steel gray with host of vibrant iridescent rainbow hues on both sides. A colorful example of the design type. It was sold for $25,875.
This is 1913 Lincoln Cent in MS67 plus red condition. Exceptional eye appeal, color and quality for the date specialist who demands the finest Lincoln Cents available. Struck with depth and precision on all devices and letterings and free of carbon spots and bag marks of any significance. Bright mint red, spans the obverse and reverse, and the eye appeal is strong in every possible category. A delight to examine and quite memorable. This rare piece ended up selling for $35,250.
3. This is 1916 Standing Liberty Quarter in MS64 condition. A bright and lustrous specimen with a hint of pale gold toning. Nicely struck and not far off the coveted full head designation from the mintage of just 52,000 pieces. Far and away smallest production figure of the design type, as well as one of the lowest mintage figures among all 20th century issues in any denomination. It was sold for $34,500. 2. 1971 S. Ike Dollar overstruck on a San Francisco Essay Office medal, graded as PR-69 red by NGC. A bronze San Francisco Essay Office medal was used as a host for this rare of-metal Eisenhower dollar. Much of the undertype is evident, including the Department of the Treasury, 1789 on obverse, and SAN and CAL on the reverse. West of the lowered wing. The orange, red, and lilac color is pleasing and demonstrated by outward metal flow on In God We Trust and United. It was sold for $40,800.
And this is 1937 D three-legged buffalo nickel, graded in mint state 65 plus by PCGS and further proven by CAC. According to NGC, the technical term that has been adopted by variety specialists is a braided die reverse. Conventional wisdom has it that the removal of bison's foreleg came about through over-polishing of the die to eradicate the clash marks, but other evidence in both dies suggests otherwise. The heavy erosion lines visible on the hindmost leg and in the Indian's neck establish that the die pair was severely worn at the time. A more likely scenario is that both dies were repolished to smooth their fields by removing the heavy furrows that form on overused dies. The famed three-leg nickel is not rare in worn condition, but pieces grading extremely fine and higher are scarce in relation to the great demand. Mint state coins are very elusive. This one was sold for $38,187.50.
And the most valuable lot of this episode, CAC proven 1910 Lincoln Cent in PR-68 red condition. According to NGC, this is among the more available matte proofs of the Lincoln design. Even so, the number of survivors displaying original red color is quite small. The term matte is misleading as they are actually satin proofs. The coins were not sandblasted after striking like the gold proofs, but rather have a natural texture imparted by the dies. This superb gem ended up selling for $165,937.50 with buyer's fee. Thanks for watching this video. Your likes and comments are highly appreciated. And don't forget to smash subscribe and notification buttons below this video. Take care.